So this is going to be a podcast on ageism. So yeah, let's get right to it. Our entire existence is based on one thing: time. As time goes by, you can expect one to be more knowledgeable and smarter strictly based on the time they were given to experience. So when you see there is misconceptions about age and experience, I'm here to tell you that they are separate things, and I don't think mature audiences understand that. Ageism is a prejudice or discrimination on the grounds of a person's age. This often happens with youth and elders, but it happens to everyone. Judging a person based on their age is wrong because the age has no way of showing what that person is capable of. The definition of experience is a practical contact with an observation of fact or events. And that's by Oxford. When you experience something, it is going to change you for the better or for the worse, but you will not stay the same. As compared to when you grow older, you grow a year older. That's just a way of measurement. You don't change any way by that. Differences between these are clear, but very difficult to acquire because it is so normalized in our country that the youth are below the adults, because they simply just don't know enough, or I guess. Assumptions like that are the key point I'm trying to attack. You cannot tell someone that their maturity and experiences based on their age have to go through a training camp of school in order to get to the real world. They're ready. ABC 10 did an interview on an ex-gangbanger who was involved at a young age. His brothers were a part of gangs and he just wanted to be like them. He was locked up in jail at the age of 14 for shooting someone. At the age of 15, he got shot 16 times and still was unable to change. The most recent time he got incarcerated and his mom got sick. He was raised by a single mom, so that encouraged him to feel better and stop the life he was living. He constantly surrounded himself by gangbangers, Crips, Bloods, and all the more you can think of at the age of 14. That's more experience than anyone could ever have at that age, yet no one would ever know. This source is extremely interesting to look at with ageism as a topic because even though at such a young age the people he surrounded himself with were so much older than him, so obviously he was going to pick up on experience, and he did. He became a lot smarter and a lot street smarter. Take that for what you will, but I think with youths being in mind, youths are so moldable. They're like sponges. Literally, you could teach them anything and they'd be willing to do it because that's just how their brain is programmed, and yet we still don't want to take advantage of that. This is a prime example of ethos. Ethos in writing is about credibility and loyalty. This fits hand in hand with this source because he is credible and loyal to his experiences. When he was 14, he had more experiences than some 70-year-olds may have, which is interesting and makes you think how wisdom is perceived. An elder could have no significant experiences in their life whatsoever, and they would still be considered wise as compared to a 15-year-old gangbanger who's in jail and has so much more experience. The reason teen and youths are so underrated is because when you are first born, creativity is flourishing. And with a new and opportunistic world, creativity is a trait that most people wouldn't pass up on. Yet unfortunately, norms placed on society restricts those creative minds from ever being put to work. It becomes very interesting when you look at the studies of creativity in the brain in different age groups. A study was done by Kelly Moore, and she took a NASA creativity study. She studied 105-year-olds, 110-year-olds, 115-year-olds, and 100 adults. And she found that as the years go by, you constantly lose creativity. When the tests were given to the 100 adults, you'd be shocked to find out that only 3 of them passed. It's kind of shocking to find out that when your body's progressing and developing, your mind is losing creativity. It just makes me think why we wouldn't want to use that flourishing creativity while it's prime in day. This makes me wonder why it is not put more to use in this world where uniqueness and originality are so highly sought after. When opportunities and materials are presented to these creative minds, they hit them out the park. Young minds bring a different perspective to the table that is often overlooked. When these traits are acknowledged and put to use, people often wonder why they didn't just look at use before. The thing about a developing mind is that it is so susceptible. You can teach them anything you want, and they can learn so quickly because that's how their minds are programmed. They are taught to learn, and people should take advantage of that, not for school, but for work, for experience. As you can see through this Time article, so many youths and teens are able to do so many incredible things just because they were given the opportunity. While I was researching my topic, I found a very interesting, popular opinion. It was that the reason youth and teens are not taken so seriously as they should be is because they lack maturity, which is very vital into becoming an adult. As I read, I laughed a little because through my entire research project, I've realized that people who are unaware of definitions, meanings, and purpose have all been adults. Maturity comes with experience, and the more you experience, the more you are going to know. But when a young person goes and tries to get a job, they are declined based on their age. That brings the real problem. When you are declined based on your age, and the job constantly just wants maturity and experience, but they are unwilling to give it to you. A job constantly wants maturity and experience, but you can't obtain maturity without experience. So I'm just asking you of one thing. Whoever is listening to this, just please reconsider. Reconsider your youth, because they bring such unique and diverse perspectives to the table that no one ever thought they would, but they never gave them the shot. Just give a youth a shot one time and you'll see how it works. Thank you.